But if you wanted to speak to that and like, how do you organize around these things? Because they've been organizing, in my opinion, they have like a rich, deep understanding of like how do you organize and make massive change in higher education and still have your job at the end of the day, which that's why you all are here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about that or just open it up to any other questions.
I have a question. Well, I guess it's just not so much on the activist side, but more in social justice and just the field that you guys are in. I think Kim sort of touched on it, that there might be some sort of internal conflicts within social justice. Like I remember doing a paper on early feminist movements and learning a lot about how it was very inclusive of minorities and in fact kind of racist at some points in the beginning because it wasn't as inclusive because everybody thought, we're all women who everybody thinks the same way. So in your guys' research and trying to find sort of ways to teach your different types of social justices, do you find any difficulty finding any conflicting areas where maybe one cause might be running into another?
I mean, I could just say one conflict is the sexism, which is just everywhere, and I'm just sick of it. But the conflict, honestly, is sometimes time and helping people in one of your movements see the connection with another movement. I struggle with that, and I struggle with, for example, let's say I'm sitting at an animal rights volunteer meeting, and they're like, well, where have you been? I've been like, well, I've been in jail, I've been in the prison, and it's like, well, why aren't you doing this? And saying, well, I want to say, why aren't you seeing the connections? So in one of my bios, I said I work to help, I work with incarcerated individuals, both human and non-human. So that's a conflict I've found is people who don't get when you're trying to do multi-movement work.
Which is actually one of the founding principles of our social responsibility master's degree program, is that people come to us and they're interested in one particular movement, or maybe two, but then they, like the other ones, it's kind of like, well, that's not my issue. And what we're trying to say is that they're all our issues and they're all connected. And so we encourage students to take classes in things they know the least about so that they can see what the connections are. But throughout my whole career, that has been a serious problem. When we had the Why Can't Sharon Kowalski Come Home situation, we had disability activists who were homophobic and didn't get sexism at all. We had feminists who were homophobic and who didn't get disability activists at all. We had GLBT people who were ableist. And I mean, it was just like, I mean, we had this whole thing of having to try to teach everybody why we need to be sensitive and to learn about the other issues, because we're only going to make progress if we can see what's going on together. And then try to see some of these anti-imperialist and financial economic issues as underlying a lot of these different problems that we have. So it's been, we would have speakers come into our program and they would be speaking on one issue and just say awful things about other issues, So it was like, it's a continual study.
The SR Master's program was founded on that principle, basically, to integrate the issues.
I also think that my experience is that people are very passionate about what they are committed to and believe in. And sometimes they lack empathy and understanding that other people are passionate and committed to. I find, though,